Ladies and gentlemen, every now and then you come across the internet and you find a new content creator that you actually enjoy watching. And while you might just see them every single day as they start popping up on your feed, what you don't realize is all of the blood, hard work, crazy amount of effort being put in behind the scenes. Well, every content creator's dream as they put in this hard work and as they're working and building up momentum and trying to grow an audience, dreams of one day being able to profit off of making content. I myself have come across many YouTubers, but never have I seen such a fine specimen as one of the YouTubers that sits here with me today. His name is Adam Thomas, and he is the guy sitting right there. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a great, grand announcement. He has achieved one of the things that every content creator dreams of achieving when they start uploading videos to YouTube. Adam has become monetized on YouTube. Let's go! Adam! Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Adam here is now monetized on YouTube. So I have a huge request for everyone, because I know Adam is too nice to say this, but you guys, Adam is monetized on YouTube. If you've been watching him over the last year or so, or however long it's been, or the last 6 months, that's how long I've known him. And if you have the ability to possibly chip in a couple bucks to Adam, this would be the time to do it. And if you're watching my stream, you can look at the description of my video and you will see a link to Adam's stream, and you can click on his stream right now and go over there, and you can possibly give him a super chat or some kind of super thanks or anything like that. Because you guys, Adam has been exposing the truth, fighting for the truth, and it's a hard job, and he's been doing it every day for like months now, almost a year, over a year.
It's been about getting close to it.
And he just reached the point where he can actually get paid to do this. So he's put all that work in without ever getting paid a cent. So anyway, today we are celebrating Adam Thomas, the real one, who has just done a rebrand, the Real One podcast, for getting monetized on YouTube. Congratulations, Adam.
Yeah, thank you.
All super chats, Adam.
Yep. Hey, y'all can make it a race. See who is the first one to ever send a super chat to this channel.
Hey, how much money did you get through the PayPal Venmo listings?
I don't know. Over time, a few $100. I mean, it paid for my, and I'm always thankful for whatever it is, even if it's $5. You know, my main thing. Look, I ain't worried about making a killing right now. As long as this thing pays for itself, you know. If I can make
that's the goal, right?
If I can make the $100 and some odd dollars in worth of subscriptions that I use to do this, you know, a month, that'd be fine with me for now. So
okay, there we go, Debbie. Debbie just gives a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Debbie. You are amazing.
There, absolutely.
Congratulations, Adam.
She's the first. Awesome. She's the first. Thank you.
We have
last thing. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work to like build a YouTube channel and then to stick with it. So what's scary about doing YouTube is you put in all of this effort and energy and like blood, sweat, and tears. And you don't even know if you're ever going to get a cent from it. You don't know if you'll even make $1. And then boom, Karen gives $20.
Holy shit! Let's go. Look at there.
Thank you, Karen. Yeah.
Thank you.
So for Adam to get anything back is just like, this is a hallelujah, it's a God moment. Thank you, Jesus.
Absolutely.
We're blessed.
This is a bunny face invitation.
Who understand the amount of money and time that goes into this, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, look, a lot of these people, and that's one thing, like with Candace, she sells her stuff. Have you ever heard her really, you know, she has her ad read, she sells her stuff. She's got millions. She's been a millionaire for a long time. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I appreciate about her. She doesn't act like she's going under every month. You know, and a lot of, I think creators do forget where they started from. If they started like me, once you've been in it so long and get so big, I think it's hard to remember, where you started from. And,
absolutely.
Right now it's a very real thing, you know? Yep. It's, like I've always said, I enjoy it, do it because I enjoy it. So as long as it pays for itself, that's the absolute main thing. Obviously, one of these days, if it just takes off and you know, I need to, I'm more than happy to do this full time. So we'll just have to see where it goes.
Let's go.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. You've been a good buddy. Greg, you too, of course.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, you too, Adam. Yeah, thank you for all the support, and yeah, it's been good journey.
I tell you what, especially the way things have been the last few months, you know, everybody kind of got to have each other's backs, it seems. You know,
Well, we absolutely. I mean, in the times we're experiencing right now, we need your neighbor's not your enemy, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's right.
Your
That's
neighbor's
right.
not your
That's
enemy.
right. That's exactly right. Yeah, you just, hey, no matter what, you always got to remember that just because, you know, just because your buddy gains a subscriber doesn't mean you lose one. You know, there's enough people to subscribe out
We're
there.
all
Like,
friends with Matt.
yeah, there you go. Friends with Matt,
Everybody's
friends with
Matt.
Greg, and friends with Adam. That's right. All right. So now we got all that out of the way. Well, there was something else I wanted to say. It came to my mind, and then I lost it just that quick. I'll think of it later. So we're going to start out with the hearing.
We can. Yeah, that's fine. Matt, what did you want to bring up, Matt?
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, before we do that, if you're not going to be on, you know, till the end, why don't you go ahead and talk about what you got coming up?
What I've got coming up is, if you guys have seen the Lego video at all, or the Lego story that's going on at all. By the way, we got another super chat. The Rileys, let's go! Thank you, the Rileys. If you've noticed that the Legos keep coming up in the news, just know I've got a video coming out very soon about the Lego heist. It's one of my highly edited videos, polished videos, I guess. So that'll be coming out later tonight.
By the way, your editing has got really, really nice lately.
Let's go. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my channel has taken a whole new direction. I'm going like a total comedy tone, skits, trying to do like the news and comedy through the form of a skit. Just because I'm trying to do something unique, I guess. Right, because there's a lot of YouTubers making content about all the same stuff right now, and my channel just randomly got shadow banned. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna strategize. I'm gonna switch it up, try something different. We'll see.
There's a lot of people doing comedy. There's a lot of people doing news, but I mean, hey, the two together is not a bad idea. I don't think.
No,
I know I enjoy watching them. Yeah.
Look,
especially the Victor Marks ones.
The news is so dark these days that you need some kind of light.
Yeah.
You know, to get you through it. Really, to be quite honest with you, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's better to laugh than to cry about these things, right?
So with that being said, I am going to get back to editing my video. I wanted to go live to encourage everyone. If you're watching my live stream, please look in the description of my video. Go click on Adam or Greg's live streams. Both of their channels can be found in the description of my video. And I encourage you to watch and tune in because they're going to talk about the trial with Tyler Robinson and the updates from like today. They're going over the stuff from today. So ladies and gentlemen, I give it away to Adam and Greg. Greg and Adam, good to see you guys. And I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to go back to editing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate all the kind words. Okay. Well, how you doing, Greg?
Yeah, here we are, man. I see we got a bunch of our regulars here, and some new people, maybe.
Love the regulars. Love the regulars.
God bless to all y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. For those who might have just joined, Adam just got monetized. It's his first time being able to collect money through the platform. So if you are so blessed and have it, you know, it would be nice to see Adam get some for sure.
Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Been a long time coming.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of hard work to do this.
YouTube doesn't make it easy on new people.
Danks took me on some big shows first few weeks I was doing it, which helped me a lot. So, you know,
yeah,
God bless you, man. You put in the work,
I mean, I've had several people that I've been doing some collabs with. You know, Black Line Brief is one of the bigger ones. You know,
he's good. I like doing streams.
Yeah, he finally busted his 10,000 mark. So congrats to him. But yeah, everybody that I appreciate everybody that I've done shows with, because most all of them, no matter how big their channels were bigger than mine. So, you go on under this just knowing that my channel is going to benefit your channel less than yours is going to benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate doing it.
Yeah.
I don't do any of them just for the views or, for subscribers. Look at there. Daisy Times. Thank you. Yes.
Daisy coming through.
Yep. Thank you so much, Daisy. You don't know how much that means. But anyway, yeah. So on the Tyler Robinson thing, so this last hearing that they had, the judge was going to rule on the prosecutor or whoever it was from the prosecution.
It was kind of a three issue thing. Like, they immediately jumped into the defense had filed an appeal. What it was is, so in law, civil and criminal, there's really two basic types of appeals, and it really has to do with the process. So one is called an interlocutory, which means the trial court action is stayed, no further proceeding till it goes upon appeal, comes back. That's what they were asking for. They were asking to stop the proceedings pending appeal, I believe, on the media motion. And he denied it.
So they're still talking about the media.
To appeal once it's all over and go up and back, but the proceeding will go on. It will proceed.
What's the purpose of that, though? I mean, really, like I'm not sure exactly what for. I mean, I know you said they were wanting to what was the reason for the appeal?
Well, their media motion got denied. They wanted to exclude all the media, cameras, all that stuff.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I got you.
And judge
still talking about
kind of
that.
split the baby, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Between them and the prosecutor, but they're obviously very firm. I mean, with as much and as harsh as the prejudice has been with the media here, like you have to say they got to go. I get it, dude. They've been terrible. They've done some pretty terrible things.
I mean, and they always are. But at the end of the day, that's as little trust as people have right now. You got to have them in there.
Yeah, you do. No doubt.
Like I said, I can see the argument for maybe not having them in there, through all the preliminary stuff. But I mean, for sure, when the jury walks in, absolutely, there's got to be cameras in there. But I also prefer just to go ahead and have cameras in there the whole time.
Yeah. Well, at this juncture, what else can they do, really? I mean, to me, what they've done is so prejudicial, and so much of it, like, I don't know how much further damage can even be done, to be quite honest.
Right. Yeah. And everybody thought that it was so strange that, that the defense wanted to get rid of the media. And I did too. I mean, admittedly, I did too. I thought, you would think that the prosecution would be the ones trying to get the media out of the courtroom, but as far as, I guess, your regular, I mean, you've got your boomers and stuff, the ones that, not all boomers, no offense to any boomers in the chat, I love y'all, but you do have your stereotypical boomers that watch Fox News and stuff like that, and that's it. I mean, the media probably has done a lot of damage there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm, in those, look, the Fox News people, they drink Kool-Aid every day, dude. Like, God. I can't believe some of the stuff that they say that those people believe.
Oh, I know. Well, and that one guy on Newsmax, what's his name? Isn't his name? What's his name? Is it Greg something? I can't remember that guy's name. Anyway, that one on Newsmax, wasn't it Newsmax that where he was talking about? He was talking to Andrew Colvett, but he was referring to a phone conversation they had prior, talking about how he'd like to drag him out in the streets like they used to, or something like that. And
who, Andrew Colvett?
No, the anchor,
Okay.
he was yeah. Andrew was just kind of sitting over there like, I don't know if I should opine.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, especially the prosecutors, and that's why I'd like to spend the most time today talking about the contempt part of it, because they held the evidentiary hearing, and to hear the defense direct examine the prosecutors about their statements. I want to watch it if we can.
Yes, for sure. That'll that'll definitely be, that's not something you get to see every day.
No.
Yeah, that'll be good. Hey, here's a question. Was it Ballard on prosecution violating the gag order?
It was Ballard. Yeah, Ballard.
I thought it was.
And he was just the designated crash test dummy.
See what happens.
Yeah, that's what that was.
We're just gonna dip our toes in the water.
Like literally, you can tell that like the main DA, Gray, I think is his name.
Yeah. You're not gonna hear from him.
He didn't even go into the specifics with him, right? He wanted to keep hands off. He's just like, you see these media stuff that we got going on, like you need to punch back in the media, but didn't go into specific stories or say this, say that, but just told him like you're gonna have to, basically take a hit for the team.
Well, and that's it. Look, and that is one good thing about it, I guess, is they were dipping their toes in the water, and at least it didn't end up. I don't think they really gained anything from that.
No,
you know what I mean. If anything, I think it just made them look bad.
Yeah, I mean, dude, look, it doesn't take someone well versed in the law to like read a passage where the prosecutor's telling the media what the new expert report is going to conclude.
Is going to be.
Oh man.
Anytime anybody that has anything to do with the prosecution of a criminal case does not need to be forecasting or you know what I mean? Like, and don't need to be telling anything in the future. Because you're not supposed to know about that stuff, right?
What's that?
You're not supposed to know about stuff that isn't out, that's, hasn't come out yet,
Yeah, no, I mean, we know a lot more about this criminal case than we probably should and normally is, right? Because, most of the time this discovery stuff is behind closed doors until trial. But again, the reason why it's out there is because the prosecutor, the government they want to win in the court of public opinion and are putting, considerable efforts in that direction than in the court of law. That's why we have all this information.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thankful for it. It's hard. It's hard sometimes to stop and think, and compare it to other trials, other cases, and say, yeah, we probably know more than we usually do because it seems like there is so little that is known. I think the main frustration, though, originates from the absurdity of the narrative of the story, that we've been given. I'm sure that has a lot to do with why people are so frustrated.
Yeah, and I've been reading that Chris Field. I'm telling y'all that Chris Field guy that I referenced the other day. Like, go read his stuff. I mean, he lays it all out, and it's terrible.
I was impressed.
I mean, to be honest with you, it sucks because the more I read it, the more I get concerned that Tyler might not make it to trial. Because if you have a half-assed competent defense lawyer show up to trial with all those holes, it's like it's gonna come out that these people made this shit up. And
I mean, if this guy across the pond is able to punch these holes in it, or at least point out all these holes in it, like you said, any competent defense attorney should be able to just
I tell you, his writings, that would be that would serve as a foundation for my trial prep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely expert opinion, right? I mean, isn't he a law professor or something?
Is he? I don't know. I didn't know that.
I don't know. And I could be wrong on that. He has to be an attorney though, wouldn't you think?
or a private investigator or something.
Yeah,
He's
could
good,
be.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, he. Yeah, I mean that's not just from your average Joe Blow. Here's another one. Let's see what we've been watching. Seems like they are going backwards, I guess, with the Tyler Robinson case. What's all that about? And then hey,
I'm not sure what he means by going backwards, but if he wants to clarify, I'll be glad
clarify
to,
that question
to
for us.
opine on it, Robert.
Yeah, yep, definitely. That's what we got him here for. He's the resident attorney.
Yeah. Oh, so I made a post last night, but I wanted to state it here because a bunch of my people are here. Like my good lawyer friend, mentor, Charles Carrion, he's in Arizona, but like a 40-year attorney, dude. He's done everything: civil, criminal litigation. He's been a federal prosecutor, federal criminal defense lawyer. He's been in some high-profile civil cases in one, and like he's real witty. He's got a good sense of humor, and so him and I are about to start generating a bunch of content together, and I'm going to bring him in on a lot of art talks to because he's good, man. He's good, dude.
I mean, that's what I love about Lionel. You know, an attorney's perspective is nice, but and some attorneys, I mean, like yourself, can be objective and can be, you know, but a lot of them strictly come at it from the defense side of it and really can't.
Well, that's me, man. To be quite honest, that's me. I was telling my wife this today. I was like,
yeah.
I just was not born on that side of the tracks, man.
That's one thing I like about Lionel.
I'm talking about me as far as like, you know, I'm very defense minded in the criminal side, very plaintiffs oriented in the civil side of it, right?
Yeah. But that's one, like I said, that's one thing I've always appreciated about Lionel. He's really good because he's 40 years in law and been a prosecutor and you know, defense attorney both, and so that really helps, you know. On
Charlie's Angels. She's next up on the roster. Okay.
Yeah. I seen that. I pulled it up for you.
So basically, Lance Twiggs, right? Like his conduct in basically not turning Tyler in immediately and all that stuff, like he committed some crimes. Okay?
Destroying the letter,
obstruction of justice, stuff like that. And so, and we don't know what other stuff they might have on him too, right? That might be something else, is like they might have him for some other stuff. And so, they gave him immunity, in my opinion, so that way they can make up what, and this is just my opinion, speculation. So that way they can make up whatever the hell they want. And he's going to get up there and co-sign it at trial, regardless of what it says or whatever the story is.
Yeah, whether it's some kind of prior, whether it's some kind of some other kind of evidence they've got they can hold over his head, or just the evidence from this case, you know, of him committing crimes that anybody, you know, most anybody would be prosecuted for.
Yeah, like Terrell Farnsworth.
Yeah, him too. But when you get that, and then they offer immunity, you're gonna say what they want you to say, or not say what they don't want you to say to get that immunity deal. And
that's right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's
that's not been confirmed. There's nothing official that says he has immunity. But anybody, I believe, anybody that's honest and knows anything about how this works thinks that he probably has, because he would have been prosecuted, you know, for all of these different things. I mean, and look, you're not hearing from him. Nobody's. I mean, like, he's been awful quiet.
And let me say this, you know, yes, this immunity thing. Look. It's you, like you say, they'll say anything. They get them to say anything. So just imagine what that means in the larger context of people being prosecuted by people who, if y'all didn't know now, you see it. Like, look, not all prosecutors are showing up to church on Sunday, right? Like,
no,
you know, kumbaya. Okay, so just understand that
it's not about justice, but for a lot of them, it's about that win.
Notch on the belt, move up the ladder. You know?
Yeah, because I mean, they all have a percentage on their, you know, They've all
Yeah,
got that
like
percentage.
with prosecutors, it's about power, right? Whereas other lawyers that go to stuff, well, not, but it's more about the money and stuff like that. But for prosecutors, you don't get paid a ton, but you're the one out there locking people up and stuff. So, and so you could imagine, generally the type of person that gravitates towards.
I mean, you've got the final say. What good does it do? I mean, look, in some of these bigger cities, you get stuff like the illegals that beat up on the cops in New York and they get turned loose. But there's been several places where the police officers have said, finally, we just why are you not arresting these people? Well, you know what? We got tired of arresting them and them getting turned loose. The prosecutors won't do anything with it. So why should we, have to deal with it? And
I agree.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, like that prosecutor, when you're talking about the whole power thing, I mean, he, at the end of the day, decides who goes to jail and who doesn't.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and he can keep somebody, he'd get somebody picked up over a parking ticket if he really wanted to,
And the level that it's gone to, especially in the federal courts, like in drug cases, for the most part, the prosecutor is judge, jury, and executioner. I mean, everything from sentencing recommendations, all that stuff, dude. To
me, that's just scary.
The potential for abuse is baked into the law, and trust me,
it's unlimited, right?
Very good advantage of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I can't sit here and bash them for taking advantage, right? But some have taken it a bit further,
too far.
Having the advantage,
There's nothing wrong. I guess there's nothing wrong with doing your job and doing it to, going max, prosecuting to the fullest extent of the law. But when you start twisting things around, when you start getting like the Fannie Willises and the Letitia James and when you start getting those kind, what was that guy? Alvin Bragg.
Yeah. I'll say this in drug cases, what I've seen is, because the weight and purity of the drugs, for a large part determines what the sentencing guideline range is going to be. Sometimes that number on the amount gets a little bit perked up because it puts more pressure to settle. So in doing that, the higher the number, the less likely you'll have to go prove it up. Does that make sense? So it reinforces itself.
Yeah. Hey, New Zealand.
God bless them. That's all I say is God bless them.
Look at that. We got New Zealand in the house. Unless there's a state I'm not that's not coming to mind that has NZ. I think that's what that is New Zealand. That's awesome. Yeah, we got a couple Aussies in the house too. So that's great.
Yeah, we got Rick's Australia.
Yep. And let's see, who else? Keza, is it Keza? Isn't Keza? Where is Lissip from? I can't remember. Lissip.
She's Norway.
Norway, that's it. Yep. I knew it was one of those countries. Yep. Gotta love it. We're getting the word out there.
Amen.
Gotta love it. I'm gonna have to do like Jay, Jay the Yapper, the one the guy.
Yeah, dude, I enjoyed
a few weeks ago. Yeah. That one did not turn out as good as what I wanted, and no fault of his at all. But it wasn't too far into the live where I realized that I had no chat. So, I mean, I was talking to him and everything, but at the same time, I was trying to fix my chat till all the way to the end. And so we're going to have to do it again.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
I know that sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, that was good. But I was going to say, I'm going to have to do like him and get a map and put up here somewhere and start putting pins in it. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta love it. Let's see. We got another question right here, I think. Let's see. Hey, there's one Wales, Ukraine, Wales, UK, United Kingdom. Aussies.
Yeah, the people in Europe are just as hip on this case as we are, if not more. I mean, look at Chris Frill. He's he's European. He's British.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Where'd that go? Yeah, here we go. If Tyler Robinson didn't kill him, then why should he be worried about? I'm assuming that means be worried about death sentence. Tyler Robinson didn't kill him. Look, the system is supposed to work, but the system doesn't always work.
Yeah. It's like, man,
yeah. Especially when there's an ulterior motive, or could be, when you have to look at things, different when they are extremely high level political, or you know what I mean? Like it's just a different ball game, because people like that generally don't get randomly murdered for the same reasons that regular people like me and you get murdered for.
That's a lot of times. I was gonna say real quick, obviously in Charlie Kirk's case, there was an immediate high level push to politically maneuver. And to be honest, that's what first made me think.
Me too.
This wasn't as it seems, because literally they didn't even throw the dirt in his face, and Trump is signing NSPM 7, basically designating everyone a terrorist.
Right.
I was like, yeah. And so what I wanted to say is, and Matt covered it on his video, there's that guy, that Christian dude who has this prophecy that some leftist is going
he's going to get Erica. Is that the one?
Yeah. And, I just
dude's out there.
My radar went like they weren't able to. As a matter of fact,
I don't care if he predicted other stuff.
Right. Charlie's death had the exact opposite effect.
Right.
Okay. So this is their second bite of the apple. I just encourage everyone to keep their eye open.
Yeah. No, I got a good laugh out of it. That's about it. Look, when it comes to religion and faith, and I try not to judge people. I mean, you can't really, you can't see what's in the heart. But now, also the Bible says that you can, know a tree by its fruit. So
that's right.
And when you have, to me, if he was getting a message directly from God, it wouldn't come out in the language as some violent, crazy leftist. You know what I mean? Like,
you said a mouthful right there. Like,
exactly. Well, I mean,
God is divine, and it's kind of like when people, and nothing wrong with it, but like when people refer to God as a man, like my understanding of God, like it transcends that, right? Like male, female is a lower level of creation than where he's at, where it's at, for me anyways, right? But that kind of resonates, that point that you made.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what are the implications of Lance having immunity? The messages suggest he knew nothing about, and that's the most suspicious thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they are actually living together, how do you engrave bullets and do all this other stuff? And never is either suspected, or never do you mention it to him. To me, that's
living and sleeping together. Allegedly,
exactly. I mean, you got to have pillow talk.
Together, allegedly,
right? You got to have pillow talk if that's what you're, if that's the way it's, But regardless, so yeah, that's what was the most suspicious to me, was because that letter, from start to finish, completely incriminated Tyler and completely exonerated Lance. I mean, I could not think of one other point that would need to be addressed. And there was plenty that was addressed that I wouldn't have even expected to necessarily be addressed. Like everything was so specific. They hit every point, every point, to prove, like I said, Tyler's, implicate Tyler and exonerating Lance. So
yeah,
I think that look, I've got my opinions. None of this, there's absolutely no evidence for any of this, but I've just got a feeling that either the letter was intended to do just that, and maybe Tyler did write it, but in that case, I mean, he knows what's going on. But also on the flip side of that, I could see a world where not only did Lance make the Discord messages and stuff, because he would have access, he would have access to his devices and stuff,
So
and
I'm
probably his
gonna do
Discord
a whole
account.
recorded episode on the letter.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Dude, they cooked that one up too. I mean, if you ask
know
me,
that
my
they about about had to have.
speculation.
Like when they when they said that he doesn't talk like a 21-year-old, 22. How old was he? 22.
Yeah, 22, 23.
Yeah. So anyway, when they say that he doesn't talk like a normal 22-year-old, it's not just about the words that were spoken, in my opinion, or that's the way I feel. To me, it was also just the way everything was addressed and laid out. Bam, 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 bam.
And Chris, like his explanation of those texts, the letter, all that was like made up on the fly, adjusted to fit, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like with the letter, I know I didn't know this till I read Chris's paper, but it was actually Discord that threw a wrench in that, because in the probable cause affidavit, they said that Tyler had made all those statements about, going to get the gun, all this stuff on Discord. Well, their CEO said, no, he did not make those statements on Discord, but he said that they saw where Lance was communicating with a third party who we still don't know who that was or what, but that communication mentioned some note left by Tyler elsewhere, not on Discord. And that is when they essentially had to cook up.
Well, and I mean, look, another option would be, I mean, I'm no tech guru, but I think that Discord, so I feel like the FBI has the ability to go into somewhere like Discord and put up a Discord account, a fake Discord account. Everything routes to this account. It gets members, whatever gets said and goes on. And then when it's all said and done, they pull it and Discord has no record that it was there, I would say. So, that's also a possibility. Discord may not have been lying. Maybe they have no records of anything being planned on there. They probably wouldn't have been able to see it as it was being done if it was something.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just don't think Tyler planned any of this.
But I don't. That's what I was going to say. But I don't.
Planned to go to Orem doing whatever he was there to do that day.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if there was planning, as in, you be here at a certain time, bring you Grandpappy's gun. I don't think he intended to shoot Charlie Kirk when he left.
Oh yeah, I don't even. I tend to think he didn't even know that was going to happen.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, my best. I mean, I've played a bunch of different scenarios. Hey, Karen Floyd, look at there.
Oh, hey, Karen Floyd.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are too generous. Thank you. Tyler Robinson texts are fake and gay. The government thinks we're all stupid. Our government and other governments are involved in this NC cases. Yeah, absolutely. But our governments are starting to learn that we're not as
in the government's defense, I don't think they ever intended to have to make up any messages, because I don't think they intended Tyler Robinson even make it past.
To make it that far. Yep. Yep. I'm the same way. I agree 100%. There was another one here I was wanting to let's see. There was something I was going to read. Where did it go? Tyler writing skills like Hamlet, not bad, especially right after he popped a guy in front of thousands of people. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there you go. Listen, yep, he conveniently admitted to everything the FBI found. Yep, and it
Who's
is
that? Lance Twiggs?
No, Tyler, just like in the letter, I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh,
he addressed
absolutely.
all
Like,
the evidences that were found,
it's like the prosecutor wrote like exactly what items,
Yeah.
what elements they needed to meet.
Yes. Yep.
And then
We've
he
got
just
this,
went down
this, and
the
this.
list. Well, I did this. I did this. My intention was this.
Yep. Let's see, Rick. Tyler get a scholarship, 33,000. I didn't know about the 33,000 part. There's that number again. Then leaves after a month to be an electrician's apprentice. I did know about the apprentice thing, but crazy. Let's see. Did he do? Yes, that's what I believe. Obviously, that has not been confirmed. The trigger on the 30-06 was not working because the scope was in the way, my friends. Yes, I do agree that that's most likely the case, judging by those muddy ass pictures that we had. It did appear that the safe was the selector was on safe, and by all appearances, without taking the scope off, you couldn't put it on fire. So
The Rileys made a good comment about the letter not being. Look, I'll put it to you like this. Again, Chris Field does such a good job pointing out like every single hole, inconsistency, and there's so many that I get confused and have to read certain parts of his papers 2 or 3 times to like keep it all together of like these shifting, events and timelines and stuff and why they,
As
it all makes
designed.
sense in the end.
That's the way
But
it
yeah,
was
it's
designed,
just,
though.
man,
That's exactly the way it was intended to be.
I do believe.
Yep. For sure. Hell, we may just turn this one into a question and answer. There's a lot of going back and forth in the chat. I love that.
I can get the clip too of the hearing where they're talking about the prosecutor's meeting. But we can do Q&A as long as you want.
Yep. I mean, if you know where, if you want to look for that and find it, that'd be great. I mean,
I've got it pulled up.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we got anything else, and then we can go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
If not, let's see. Debbie Smith. Yeah. Heart breaks for that poor young man. He's got to be scared to death. I'm going to say, I've said it so many times, I'm going to say it again. If he had anything to do with this, if he had any foreknowledge at all, I am all for him being, prosecuted and sentenced for whatever it is. I just don't feel like he planned out and carried out this murder himself. So yes, I do agree, Miss Debbie. You're right. If we're all correct, and if we're all correct, then yes, he probably is scared to death. Unless he's got some kind of deal in the background, which who knows with this. But yes, I would say he's probably scared shitless because,
Yeah, I mean, he's, you might end up seeing an innocent man plead to life in prison.
I sure hope not. Hey, the Rileys, since I just rebranded, it takes YouTube a while for the search function to start pulling it up, which is ridiculous. You think it would do it right off the bat. But anyway, if you will type in The Real One Podcast in just as one word, it should pull up. It should pull up at least my videos, if not my channel. I wish it would hurry up, but yeah, I got to reading up on it, and the algorithms, it takes data from each video you put out, it before the searches start working right. I don't know exactly how it works, but they said it can take a month or 2 for it to ever start working right. So, but that being said, I guess I could post my link in the chat. Let's see. Hold, please. I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. Greg, if you got anything to say, you're more than welcome. I'm gonna.
No. It's good to be here with y'all. I was hoping to do more video, and just so y'all are aware, I said this. Maybe I didn't say on stream, but my wife and I are moving. I'm going to be in a smaller kind of duplex for maybe about 4 to 6 months until my brother-in-law gets his parcel of property. Then my wife are going to build on it. But so yeah, I'm going to be at my in-laws' house for a few days until we're ready to move into the duplex. So I think I'll be able to record some videos, but their house isn't conducive for live streaming. So, but by the end of next week, I should be good.
Yeah. Can't be laying off the live streams for too long.
Nah.
Now, let's see. Oh God, I bet I need one more subscriber. I'll be at 650, guys. Come on, there's one of you in there that ain't clicked the button. Come on, you can do it, guys. All right, let's see here. Let me get my link here real fast. I'm so used to doing everything on mobile. It's taking me a minute. There we go. God. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm here's my YouTube link. Posted in the chat. All right. So I have got your video pulled up. If you want to go ahead and if you want to go ahead.
I've actually got it right
here
here on the stage. You want to add it to the stage? I've got it pulled up, ready to go.
Yeah, no, I've got it on the stage.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
This is set for an evidentiary hearing and arguments.
Can y'all hear that?
The court
Okay.
has reviewed the briefing submitted, and each side will be afforded 90 minutes to present evidence and argument.
Is the volume
Defense
okay on
intends
that?
to reserve time for rebuttal. Counsel
Sounds
should
good on
plan
my end.
accordingly. Following argument by
Elizabeth
defense
said yes.
and presentation of
Okay.
evidence, the court will take a 10-minute recess and then turn to the state. Because this is the defendant's motion, the defense will proceed first. Mr. Novak.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Robinson would first ask the court to direct Mr. Ballard to take the witness stand.
All right, Mr. Ballard, if you wouldn't mind coming forward and being sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give in the case now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ballard, if you wouldn't mind getting situated to your left are water bottles. And after you're seated, if you wouldn't mind pulling that microphone close to you to ensure that the record picks up your testimony.
Hey, Greg, pause it
Thank
for
you.
just a second.
Mr. Novak, it's your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There was I missed it. It went by and lost track of where it was. But anyway, somebody had commented earlier something to the effect of, the prosecution. And the prosecution has been, literally on the stand, 3 times before the trial even starts. How crazy is that?
We
That
all
is
see
a
what
fair
they're doing.
point.
We all see what they've done.
Yeah,
It's not surprising to you, is it? Based
Hey,
on
it's
what
good
you do?
for them. Put them in, put them, remind them where their place is, I guess, every now and then.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. I missed that comment earlier. So,
Okay.
Mr. Ballard, what are your formal titles within the Utah County Attorney's Office?
I am the general counsel and public information officer.
Okay. You're testifying here today because the court has issued an order to show cause regarding contempt of a court order. And so there's a white notebook that I placed up there. Do you have that, sir?
I do have it.
All right. Why don't we first turn in that notebook, and Your Honor should have one as well.
I don't.
I passed it up.
Oh,
to
there
the
it
clerk.
is. Thank you. I now have it, Mr. Novak.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ballard, why don't you turn to Exhibit 8? And just let me know when you've seen it and had a chance to look at it?
I've seen it. Thank you.
Okay, is this the order entered by this court on September 16th of 2025 entitled Protection Order, Ray Pretrial and Trial Publicity?
It appears to be yes.
All right. And Your Honor, I understand that a court exhibit doesn't technically need to be received into evidence. Of course, the record is what it is. It could take judicial notice of it, but I just think for completeness of the record, would the court mind if we ask the court to receive Exhibit 8 into evidence?
To the state, any objection? All right, and if you wouldn't mind, so if, as I turn to both parties, because your microphones are turned off, if you wouldn't just mind projecting a little bit more so the record picks it up.
No objection.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. All right, so is this going to be defense exhibit number
8.
All right.
They're pre-marked, so we'll just stick.
Just sticking with those numbers. All
I think it's easier for the record than changing the order. And
I appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
Defense exhibit 8 is admitted and may be published.
I think. And Mr. Ballard, did you read this order either the day it was entered or shortly thereafter?
Yes.
So you were aware of it shortly after it was entered, correct?
Yes.
All right. Why don't we also turn now to Exhibit 9? And same question, please let me know after you've had a chance to look it over.
I've looked at it.
All right. And is this an order clarifying, let me be more clear, an order of this court dated December 15th, 2025, clarifying at the state's request the order that is now Exhibit 8?
Yes.
And could the court receive into evidence, please, Exhibit 9?
No objection.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. With no objection being made, this is entered into evidence as defense exhibit 9 and may be published.
And Mr. Ballard, with respect to these two orders, would you agree with me that subject to the clarification, these orders track Supreme Court Rule of Professional Practice 3-3.6?
Yes, they track that rule. They require both parties to abide by that rule.
And would you agree with me that you are a prosecutor also subject to Rule 3-3.8?
Yes.
And that everybody in your office is a prosecutor under the within the meaning of 3-3.8?
The attorneys in our office, yes.
The attorneys in your office, right? And
He looks so uncomfortable up there.
Oh, dude, he's
again, Your Honor, these are rules of professional practice.
Lamb.
But I am going to ask the court to receive into evidence for purposes of this hearing both Exhibit 10, which is a true and correct copy of Rule 3-3.6 with its comments, and Exhibit 11, which is Rule 3-3.8 with its comments.
No objection.
With no objection from the state, defense exhibits 10 and 11 are admitted and may be published.
And Mr. Ballard, were you familiar with these rules prior to the court issuing the orders, which have now been received as Exhibits 8 and 9?
Yes.
So would you agree with me that you knew what was required under the court's pretrial publicity orders?
Yes.
Did you have any inability to comply with those orders?
No.
All right, Mr. Ballard, would you look at Exhibit 2, please? And again, please let me know when you've had a chance to look it over and familiarize yourself with it.
I've looked at it.
And do you recognize this to be an email that you sent to counsel for Mr. Robinson on December 22nd, 2025?
Yes,
And the subject of this email was your notice of intent. I'm sorry, the state's notice of intent to conduct non-destructive testing, correct?
correct.
All right. Your Honor, before I go any further, could the court please receive into evidence Exhibit 2?
Mr. McBride?
If I can have just a moment.
All right.
No objection, but as it goes to publication, this includes email addresses. If this is made public, those email addresses should be redacted.
All right. Mr. Novak?
We will provide the court with a redacted version of the exhibit that masks all of the emails that are email addresses that are listed at the top of the exhibit.
All right. Based off the state's not making an objection, but requesting a redacted version with removing emails, defense exhibit 2 is admitted.
Thank you. So, Mr. Bauer, just so the court, because the court has probably never seen this email, I want to go over with you the context and the purpose of this email. The state had determined back in this time period, which is December of 25, that it wanted forensic examiners to do some further testing of a bullet, jacket fragment, and lead fragments, correct?
Yes,
And under a prior order of the court, it was the state's responsibility to notify Mr. Robinson's defense counsel of any testing which may, let's just say, change the nature of the physical evidence.
correct.
And so what you were doing in late December of 25 was notifying us privately that the state intended to conduct some additional testing, correct?
Correct.
And you state in this email that the reason why you don't want to publicly file this notice of intent to conduct further testing, at least at that time, was because of a comment to Rule 3.6. That's the same Rule 3.6 that the court has received into evidence as Exhibit 10, correct?
Correct.
And what you say is that the comment to Rule 3.6 of the Utah Rule of Professional Responsibility lists, quote, the performance or results of any examination or test, close quote, and, open quote, the identity or nature of physical evidence expected to be presented, close quote, as subjects to avoid in public comments. Those were your words, right?
Correct.
And then I would also now like to ask you to look at Exhibit 6. And I know I will sound repetitious, but please look it over and let us know when you've reviewed it.
I've reviewed it.
And is this an email that you sent to one member of Mr. Robinson's defense team, and then it appears that it was copied to other attorneys in your office.
Correct.
Your Honor, before I go into the details of it, could the court please receive it into evidence as Exhibit 6 with the same proviso, which is that we will provide the court at a later time with a redacted version that masks the email addresses?
No objection, but the email addresses are not included here. So
Well, there is one at the very bottom of the signature for Mr. Ballard.
thank you. Excuse me.
No worries.
And Ms. Visser's below that as well, Your Honor.
All right.
But I think we're all on the same page about what to do.
It sounds like it. So the defense exhibit 6 is admitted with the following redactions being noted. Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Ballard, in this email, you're informing us that the state no longer believes that filings concerning this additional testing from the state's point of view should remain private, correct?
I don't recall exactly the question that Ms. Visser had posed to me and that I was responding to, but the email speaks for itself.
Okay, so the email says in the top paragraph, but now that the court is involved, we do not believe that it is necessary to keep court filings private or even file redacted versions on this issue.
That's correct.
And this issue refers to whether the state can proceed with the further testing and Mr. Robinson's objections to the way in which the FBI wanted to do the testing, correct?
Correct.
I mean, basically, okay, so that's that dispute. What you say in the second paragraph is the ethical rules on pretrial publicity apply only to extrajudicial statements, right?
Correct.
And so what you're saying is that if we talk about physical evidence, testing that has been done, testing will be done, what the results of the testing are, if we talk about those, we mean in counsel who are subject to the rules and the court's orders in filings, we're consistent with rule 3.6, right?
Correct.
But if we talk about them extrajudicially, that's prohibited under 3.6.
Correct. Unless we're talking about public records. Unless we're talking about a filing.
I'm not sure what you are modifying with the word unless, and I'm not trying to be difficult. Are you saying that you can make extrajudicial statements about anything you want that's in a public filing without violating Rule 3.6? Is that what you mean?
What I mean is exactly what the rule allows, and that says that a lawyer may state information contained in a public record.
So if you file something that relates to issues that the rule says should not be commented upon extrajudicially, you're saying that that opens the door. The mere filing of something opens the door to making any extrajudicial statement that you want about that subject matter?
No, that's not what I'm trying to. No.
Okay, so why don't we let Mr. McBride ask you about that interpretation, because I'm going to move on to my next question. Why don't you turn, please, to Exhibit 1. And this is not an email from you, but it is one that you are copied on. It's actually a series, a couple of emails and a letter all together in Exhibit 1. Do you see all that?
Yes.
Okay, so first, let me ask you if you are familiar with the first 2 pages of Exhibit 1, which are string of emails that basically start with Mr. McBride writing to, I mean, the email addresses are redacted. This is how we received it, but let's just say writing to many people who are in government or in law enforcement. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. And you're copied on that email as well, right?
Yes.
All right. And then if you go to the 3rd page of this exhibit, and I should back up, Mr. McBride's original email to the law enforcement and government individuals I was referring to was September 15th of 2025, right?
Correct.
Which is actually the day before the court entered its first publicity order, correct?
Correct.
So if we go to the 3rd page of this exhibit, this is an email from you also a couple days before the court entered its September 16th, 2025 order. And you're writing to, well, are you familiar with this email?
Yes.
All right. And now let me go ask you to look at pages 4 and 5. Those are the last 2 pages, Your Honor, of this exhibit. This is a letter written by Mr. McBride. Do you see that?
Yes.
Dated also September 12th, 2025.
Yes.
You're familiar with that one as well?
Yes.
All right. So, Your Honor, I would ask the court to receive into evidence, subject to any redaction which Mr. McBride thinks is necessary of emails, although I think they've all been redacted before produced to us. All 5 pages we're asking the court to receive into evidence.
No objection.
All right, and this is Defense Exhibit 1 with no objection from the state will be admitted.
Okay, so let's go back to page 1, Mr. Ballard. In his email, well, Mr. Ballard, you know generally who the people are who this email was sent to, right? The names behind the redactions?
Generally, yes.
Can I just refer to them as law enforcement partners?
Yes. I think that's accurate.
Some have email addresses that are local law enforcement agencies,
Correct.
including Utah County, correct?
Correct.
Spanish Fork,
Yes.
Utah Valley University, not a law enforcement entity, of course, but they have a law enforcement department at UVU.
Correct.
All right. And at least a couple recipients are with the FBI, right?
Correct.
All right. And email, Mr. McBride says at the bottom, quoting Rule 3.6, there are certain subjects that are more likely than not to have a material prejudice effect on a proceeding, particularly when they refer to a criminal matter that could result in incarceration. You see that?
Yes.
And then he says these subjects relate to, and then on the next page, I want to draw your attention to Roman numeral 3, the performance or results of any examination or test, or the refusal or failure of a person to submit to an examination or test, or the identity or nature of physical evidence expected to be presented. Do you see that?
Yes.
Do you agree with Mr. McBride's assessment that Rule 3.6 prohibits extrajudicial statements about that topic or those topics?
Yes, this email represents our efforts even before the court issued its order to recognize that we had obligations under Rule 3.6 and that we were careful to abide by those obligations.
You were careful to inform law enforcement partners in the email of their obligations, correct?
Yes.
And then item 4, Roman numeral 4, also on page 2 of the exhibit, says, as another example of subjects that are more likely than not to have material prejudicial effect on a proceeding, any opinion as to the guilt or innocence of a defendant or suspect in a criminal case or proceeding that could result in incarceration.
Yes.
All right, now if we could turn to page 3 of the exhibit. This is an email from you to what I will describe, unless you disagree with me, as law enforcement partners. You agree with that?
Yes.
Asking them to carefully review a letter, which is the following page, from Mr. McBride, dated September 12th.
That's correct.
And that letter also, the letter is addressed to all personnel likely to make media statements regarding the Charlie Kirk case.
That's correct.
And the letter says, just below that, the Utah County Attorney's Office has an ethical obligation to, quote, exercise reasonable care to prevent investigators, law enforcement personnel, close quote, and others from making public comments which, quote, have a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing, close quote, the trial process. That's what Mr. McBride wrote in the letter that you forwarded to chiefs and others, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. McBride's letter also says that prosecutors have a special duty to ensure that law enforcement and other officials adhere to these rules, citing Rule 3.8E, correct?
That's correct.
And then Mr. McBride identifies statements that should be avoided. Or I should say, yes, statements that should be avoided. Do you see that? Statements should avoid the following, colon.
Yes.
All right. And there are 4 bulleted items there, right?
Yes.
One of them, the third one, is opinions about the defendant's guilt or proper punishment. You agree with that?
Correct.
And do you agree with Mr. McBride that prosecutors have an ethical obligation to both avoid those themselves and to take special care to make sure that law enforcement personnel and others refrain from making such comments?
Yes.
And then the other statement that should be avoided are any other statements which could risk violating the defendant's right to a fair trial.
Correct.
And would you agree with me that the any other statements phrase by Mr. McBride in this letter would include the more specific prohibition on extrajudicial statements about the performance or results of examinations,
Yes.
tests? Yes? I'm sorry for interrupting you. The answer was yes.
Correct. Yes.
All right, I'm now going to turn your attention, please, to Exhibit 3. And I want you to take a moment to look at that. Tell me if you've seen it before, if you recognize it.
Yes. I recognize this.
Okay. Do you recognize this as an article published online by TMZ
Here we go. This is it.
concerning this matter in which you are quoted?
Yes.
And my first question is,
Just so everybody knows, like, this statement's so heinous and prejudicial. I couldn't believe that they said it. Like, I surely knew that TMZ just wrote it down wrong, but he's
Right.
about to confirm it. So
Crazy.
how is it that you came to be quoted? Well, actually, let me ask you this question. If you look on the second page of this exhibit, down toward the bottom, underneath the image of a black screen, the paragraph starts, Attorney Christopher Ballard tells us, comma, quote, and then there's a very lengthy, well, there's a few sentences in quotes. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you tell TMZ that?
Yes, I did.
All right. So my question is, was that over the telephone? Was it an email? Was it a face-to-face meeting? How is it that your quote was communicated to a representative, a media representative of TMZ?
It was a telephone conversation.
And did you only have one telephone conversation with TMZ?
Yes.
And how was it that the telephone conversation came to be set up?
After the defense filed this motion to continue the preliminary hearing, there was a statement in that motion that garnered quite a bit of media attention. I came to be aware of that media attention and the headlines that that statement had generated. And there were quite a few media inquiries to our office based on the statement in the defense's pleading and the media stories that that statement had generated. TMZ was one of the media entities that called our office. I received an email from someone else in the office, I can't remember who it was exactly, that said, I got a call. They received a voicemail from a reporter at TMZ. That employee in our office forwarded me that voicemail, and the voicemail just basically said, we have some questions about these issues that statement in the motion to continue had generated. And so I returned the phone call.
Before you returned the phone call, did you have any discussions in your office concerning whether there should be extrajudicial statements about the issues that you're describing?
Yes.
Okay. And did you discuss that with Mr. Gray before you returned that phone call?
Yes.
Did you discuss that with Mr. McBride before you returned that phone call?
No.
Did you discuss that with anybody other than Mr. Gray before you returned the phone call?
I know for certain that Mr. Gray and I discussed it. I have a vague memory that Mr. Grunander was involved at some point. But my memory is that Mr. Grunander was out of the office the day that all of this was breaking. And so he may have just been informed, brought into the loop after the fact by telephone. But I do recall that very early in the morning, I think it was of March 31st, because my memory is that the media story that launched all of this interest was posted, I think, late Monday afternoon, Mountain Time. And so by Tuesday morning, I was getting a lot of media inquiries. And I think Mr. Gray had also.
Rightfully so.
My memory is that Mr. Gray received a phone call.
I don't know if he said it yet, but he says in one of these media outlets, like, doubted whether they even had a case or not. And you can tell
Of course.
that guy didn't weigh his feelings, but it's like, dude, you know, we have to be honest with ourselves at times. And you know, I'm just saying, this case, dude, is a death penalty case contingent on text messages.
Yeah, yeah. A gun with no apparent or, obvious links to the wound.
from Turning Point USA asking us if there was any merit to these media stories. And that's when Mr. Gray came into my office. My recollection, it was first thing Tuesday morning, and we discussed these media stories.
So Turning Point USA reached out to Mr. Gray, and Mr. Gray came to speak with you all about the same time that you received this forwarded voicemail from a TMZ reporter.
The voicemail from TMZ came later in the day. It was before noon, but it was a busy morning. There were a lot of media inquiries that were coming in that morning. And I know Mr. Gray and I met, I would say first thing Tuesday morning to discuss this issue.
And you and Mr. Gray had a conversation which led to a decision to return the phone call and make a statement to TMZ?
I did not discuss every media inquiry with Mr. Gray. I think I just generally told him, he brought up the issue that there were concerning media reports out there, potentially prejudicial media reports. I confirmed to him that I was getting media inquiries, and we generally discussed whether it would be appropriate to respond to those.
So did
Everybody
Mr.
knew
Gray
that was a
know that
no.
you were going to call TMZ back?
No, I didn't discuss with him every media inquiry. Our conversation was general. We reviewed the requirements of Rule 3.6. I don't recall that we actually pulled the rule and read it, but we were familiar with the rule, and it's what it prohibits and what it allows. And we believed that under, I think it's subsection C, and also under the court's order, which specifically references subsection C of the rule, that we could respond, that this was potentially prejudicial media stories that we did not generate, and that the rule allowed us to be able to respond to those.
Were you aware of any extrajudicial statements by the defense which generated that media coverage?
No, and nor does the rule require that.
Well, that's your legal interpretation of the rule, right?
No, that's not my legal
I
interpretation. of the
mean,
rule.
you were here when Mr. McBride argued to this court at the last in-person hearing that as long as there's some negative coverage out there, regardless of the source, that the state has leave to make extrajudicial statements on the same subject matter.
I heard that argument, yes.
All right. And that's a legal argument, right?
Yes.
All right. So here's my question. The information in the TMZ article, which purports to quote you on the second page of Exhibit 3, is that an accurate quote? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yes, it's accurate. I don't know that it's word for word for what I said, but it accurately captures my statements to the reporter.
Okay.
Mr. Novak, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but are you intending to admit exhibit number 3?
Yes. Now that Mr. Ballard has said it's an accurate recitation of what he told TMZ, I would now ask the court to receive it into evidence.
Thank
No
you.
objection.
All right.
So in that quote, you tell this TMZ report
I'm there now. Oh, there we go.
What,
Okay.
what happened?
I'm back. Sorry, y'all. The light was just kind of killing me tonight.
Okay.
So is this okay? I mean, this is decent lighting, I guess.
I was reading
Order.
the chat. I didn't realize you were
Yeah.
gone.
All good. Thank you.
Just sir.
what your views are on bullet fragment analysis.
Yeah.
I wouldn't characterize it as my views, although I guess you could say it's my understanding in general of how bullet fragment analysis works.
And you're also commenting on
his explanations don't even really address it. He's like, oh, that's just me speaking generally. I mean, we obviously know that was, I think your average reader or listener is going to take it that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah.
but
pretty much.
He was sacrificed to a hit job,
Yeah.
and so he knew this was coming.
Scapegoat.
Yeah, man. Again, the court of public opinion is the venue they prefer to win at. I mean, I guess I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
the contents of the results of the testing when you say the fragment didn't contain enough detail for the examiner to say one way or the other. That's you basically commenting on the content of the results of the examination as you understand them, correct?
What I'm commenting, if you look at the first word, I say generally. And generally, when you have an inconclusive result, the reason
Hey,
that
let's
you get
pause
that
real quick,
inconclusive
buddy.
result is you do not have enough detail.
Okay, but now
Hey, Brig, thank you very much. Congrats. You had me at Gary and Lisa. We love our Gary and Lisa. Between Gary and Lisa, there's content for days, weeks, months. So, yeah, appreciate it very much, Brig. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
you're again testifying about your understanding of bullet fragment analysis. And I'm just asking you, if you told this reporter, it's an extrajudicial statement, what your views are on bullet fragment analysis, and you're reiterating the conclusions in a report about bullet fragment analysis.
Objection. The statement speaks for itself.
Would you like to respond to that objection, Mr. Novak?
Well, I don't think that the answer to the last question was responsive, so I was trying to go back to the question. I guess I could have moved the court to strike the answer as non-responsive.
I'll sustain the objection.
And then in the same quote, Mr. Ballard, after talking about bullet fragment analysis, you say, there's just not enough there to determine whether the bullet is a particular firearm. That's you telling a reporter what you believe the forensic testimony in a proceeding will be.
No, what I'm referring to is generally the types of circumstances that could produce an inconclusive result.
Okay, but you say there's just not enough there to determine whether the bullet was fired by a particular firearm. You're referring to the fragments recovered, correct?
No. What I'm referring to, you got to read that in context with the first sentence.
I'd like to read it in context of the next sentence, which talks about the evidence, in your view, being sufficient to prove that Mr. Robinson committed the murder. You're commenting on the bullet, and then you're commenting on your opinion about the sufficiency of the evidence.
So here's how the quotes came about. The reporter first asked me about these, the media reports and the misleading statement in the defense's motion that the bullet that was recovered did not match the rifle.
Yeah.
And I responded to that and said,
yeah, because again, what the statement he's talking about, I mean, I couldn't believe it. And he's, there's been a lot of speculation. People have trouble with the particularly FBI's integrity in this investigation. So like to say that in a sense that their conclusion's already foregone, it. I mean, dude, it was worse than saying nothing.
Trust me, that analysis may not have been conclusive, but Just give it time. It'll prove it. It'll
That's
show
right.
it.
Yeah, it'll work itself out there in Castroville, man. You'll sit down, have some beers and some whiskey shots, and get it figured out.
Exactly.
Generally, when you have an inconclusive result, it can be caused by these general types of circumstances. The reporter then asked me, well, do you still have a case? And focused specifically on whether the additional media reports out there that the supposed inability to match the bullet to the gun was a bombshell finding for our case, and that it completely undermined the foundation of our case. So that next statement was responding specifically to that question as to how does this specific how do these specific reports and the representation in the defense's motion, how does that affect our ability to proceed with this case?
I'm going to move to strike portions of the statement which mischaracterize the defense pleading as misleading. This court has never made such a finding. And we had argument about Mr. McBride's interpretation of what is and is not exculpatory evidence. I think we all remember the court's comments on that.
Yeah.
So I think without trying to parse it too much, I just asked the court to strike the portion of the statement which characterizes the defense pleading as misleading.
Mr. McBride.
I think the court can take this statement, the testimony, for the value it deems appropriate. Testimony is asking about Mr. Ballard's perceptions, and that's what he's testified about. The statement in defense counsel's pleading is a matter of public record, and what we're really talking about here are the reports that were generated from that statement. So I would ask the court not to strike it, but to take it for the value it sees appropriate.
All right. The court recognizes first that it has not made a finding that
Oh, no, I
defense
love the
is
sound effects, dude.
I always forget about
the
it.
defense
Debbie just reminded
presented
me.
in their motion was misleading, but also notes that this is the personal opinion of Mr. Ballard and makes that distinction. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Mr. Ballard, what you're saying is that you had, how long was the conversation with the TMZ reporter?
I think it was less than 10 minutes. It might have been just about 5
That
minutes.
was a lot said,
And so
10 minutes.
the quote is a compilation of your statements over the course of the 5 or 10 minutes, right?
Right, and strictly in response to the questions that the reporter was asking me.
But you certainly had the discretion to not answer the questions, right?
Yes.
You could have said, I can't comment on specific evidence or what I think the quantum of evidence is, right? You could have said that.
Yes, and I didn't comment on any specific evidence.
Well, when you refer to the bullet, you're not talking about the bullet fragment removed from Mr. Kirk's body?
No, I'm talking about general circumstances that can produce an inconclusive result.
And isn't it fair, wouldn't you agree with me that one of the reasons why extrajudicial statements in many circumstances, and we assert in these, are prohibited is for exactly that reason, that reporters may, for either innocent or other reasons, take statements out of context or misconstrue things, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because once it's published, right?
Once something's published, it's published, yes.
Okay. Why don't we turn to Exhibit 4, please? And again, let me know when you had an opportunity to look at that.
I've reviewed that.
All right, so that's about all. I mean, and I'm about to have to pack it up here in a few minutes, but that was really one of the main things I wanted to show. I was most pumped up for the constitutional argument on the hearsay, right? And
Yeah.
Judge only allotted like very few minutes at the end for it. I need to go back. I don't know if I think he's going to lean more heavily on the briefs on that issue. Makes sense. It's a really just a purely legal thing.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to get Charles Carey on, my friend. We're going to do a video and comment about that constitutional hearsay motion.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like, and I said from the get-go that I don't know, doesn't Utah has a little bit different law, and that's the main reason it's in question is because the question is, does Utah's law violate the United States Constitution? Correct? Was that not what that was about?
Say it again.
There was a Utah state law that's in question. Does this law and what it allow, contradict or go against the United States Constitution, I believe?
It's actually that it's connected to Article 1, Section 12 of Utah's state constitution. Those two work together to produce the reliable hearsay at preliminary hearings, by rule result, which they're saying is, yes, unconstitutional under the federal constitution on multiple grounds.
I lost my camera. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're all good. But I guess I'll say this, kind of wrapping up about the hearing is, he didn't issue an order yet on the contempt, so it'll be interesting to see what he does there. Barron, I want to ask Charles, but I think Barron's right. Like, probably not going to get a positive ruling on the motion to, basically nullify 1102, for Tyler's preliminary hearing. But it does raise very novel and interesting theory. It will definitely be appealed, and something that I'll definitely be following on appeal. And I'll say this, I think, a lot of people, if they didn't know already, seeing Tyler Robinson, someone who the evidence seems to indicate is probably innocent, right? Like having to sit in jail and go through all this. Well, it's laws like that produce those kinds of results. You know what I mean? Like, we as a society need to firm up and say, let's put more effort in on the front end for criminal defendants to have that full process to where, if we're going to be taking people's freedom, like it's, we feel a little bit more assured about it than what we're looking at with Tyler.
Yeah, for sure. Here, hold on. Let's see. Julia Pierce. We were only speculating, to me and him both, and a lot of other people.
No, So, they don't mention Lance by name, but they say that, like, the most important 1102 witness at the preliminary hearing, Lance, is under an immunity agreement.
Yes. Yeah, they don't specifically name him, but they do say that. Yeah. So, and I think it's safe. I think it's safe to assume that it is Lance. That.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but no, we don't actually have that, spelled out in writing. But yes, I believe that's going to be him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I jogged my brain and I couldn't think of any other, like, reasonable candidate, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, who else? Who else? What other witness could be more important than Lance? Other than the parents, but we all know that the parents are not on board with this, like initially they were alleged to be.
Oh yeah. They're gonna come up there and put their son to death. Yeah. No, man,
no. Yeah, they're gonna get up there and they're just gonna lay it all out for everybody.
No, I don't think it's gonna go down like that.
I don't either. Like I said, the state can the state can compel them to testify, but the state cannot tell them what to say. You know what I mean? And when they get up there,
in theory, no, right?
In theory, right? They're not supposed to. Yeah. But if they get up there and tell the truth, again, like I've said it before, them driving him to the county jail does not mean that they turned their son in.
No, they're trying to save his life.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean,
I'm sure he
when they get
described
up on the
it, you know.
stand, if they tell a jury, like, you know, we knew that they were that they were looking for him and that he would be picked up, and decided, you know, be a lot safer and better for everybody if we drive him up there rather than him be picked up. I mean, what's a jury going to think about that? Is that going to sound like they, you know, they knew it was him and turned him in? Is that what the jury's going to get from a statement like that? Hell no. Hell no. Not at all.
Well, it's like, you know, he, you know, it's, you know, you hear it from them. He confessed, you read on the information, he implied that he was,
Yes.
they're like, oh,
He,
man,
yes.
you know.
How's it? They asked him about it, and he indicated, that was the word. Indicated that he did. And I mean, look, indicated could, I've said this before too, you know, all he had to do was when they asked him, did you do this? I mean, if he just, you know, put his hands in his pocket, looked at the ground and kicked a rock, I mean, that could have been indicated that he had done it too. You know what I mean? Because he wouldn't say, no, I didn't. So indicated could mean so many different things. Anyway, Bradley Brown, I don't know, maybe he mechanics on some stuff of his own, but he's our resident attorney. He's our legal mind. He does lawyering during the day. I don't know why they asked if you did mechanic work.
Robinson implied that he planned to take, oh, hold on.
There's another part where it says,
Hold on. Yeah, Robinson implied that he was the shooter.
okay. See, I thought at one place it said indicated. Maybe it was implied.
But I mean, you could say those terms are, you know, similar in this context a bit, you know.
Now, where is that? Where was that that you just read that from?
Information, the indictment, page 7.
Okay. I didn't know. I couldn't remember if it was in the what are the charging documents? You got the
probable cause
affidavit.
Yeah,
Yes,
probable cause.
I didn't know if it was
affidavit and then the information.
Yeah. Rainin has got a question here, though. Said, Greg, in your opinion, would it be a good or bad idea for Tyler to take the stand?
You know, I couldn't. I mean, generally in any criminal matter,
You don't want him to, right?
Yeah, but you know, in this instance, it's a case by case basis. Really, to be quite honest with you, you know, if the true facts are as we think they are, and not anywhere in the neighborhood of what they're alleging, maybe so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with even truth or not, like,
Or
it's
guilt or
just that-
innocence.
or guilty.
No.
Yeah, it's just a jury can take certain mannerisms or, you know what I mean. They can take just a little bit.
And another thing too is that it under, you know, very intense cross-examination, like a good attorney can make one little lie or seem like you're a lying piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like in everything. So that's the risk.
Just real risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I know you said something about having to get out of here pretty soon. According to what I'm seeing over here, it probably a good time for me too, because I noticed we've been having some really, really bad thunder, and I was afraid that, you know, the way the power goes out over here. But I'm watching the stream over here on this other screen, and I'm looking a little fuzzy. So obviously the internet's not doing very good. So but let's see if we got anything else here indicated. How is this case even possible to make any sense of whatsoever? Yeah, I mean, don't ask me. Okay, the Rileys.
It's called winning in the court of public opinion. And you can take that he implied and just go ahead and say he confessed, and you see the effect. Another content creator, I was listening to a video he did on the Ty Robinson case the other day, and he said that he's seen comments under some of these online court hearings where people are like, why are we even having a trial? He confessed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
man.
Yep. Yep. The Rileys, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to throw in together and buy Greg an arm for his microphone. He's got a desk stand.
Yeah.
And he tends to bump it a lot.
Yeah, I'm working on getting a mic with an arm.
I'm about used to it. I don't even hardly notice it anymore. But that's not me.
That's my next podcast purchase. And a computer too.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Yep. That'd be. I don't know what I don't know what I'd do without that thump in the background.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. And the thing is, it's hard to tell what even causes it sometimes. So
yeah,
but
that's
I'm
one
gonna get
reason.
an arm.
That's one reason I went to one, because I played around with different stuff and I realized real quick that the arm, it makes all the difference in the world. And whatever kind you get, if you don't, which I could make a couple of good suggestions, but the one I've got, it's got thick rubber on it. I was going to say, if you get one and the clamp doesn't have a lot of rubber in it, just get you some kind of rubber and put on top and bottom before you clamp it down, and that'll help even more. Yep. Anyway, let's see. Wide open. What's that? I missed. Let's see. Check out a stream Maybe Happy Tonight on it at Wide Open Adventures, Oklahoma. I may have missed the previous part of that conversation. I think that was part of another conversation. Let's see. Anyone remember TMZ footage catching Tyler Robinson walking past houses near UVU before and after? I found proof it's edited. Edit cuts 2 to 3 people running to the blue car, pulling up in front of the house like a getaway car. Yeah, I saw a post on X about that a while back, but I don't really remember. I don't know. I may have saved that. I need to go back and look at that again. There's so much little things like that. They just, oh God, it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. Miss Debbie, thank you very much. We will hopefully we'll be seeing y'all back again real soon. You didn't receive notification. I'm telling you, Rainin, YouTube hates me. I don't know. You're not the first person that said that y'all didn't get notified, but to anybody that's popped up in the last few minutes, I am monetized. Woohoo! Finally, so I can get super chats and super stickers.
Yeah, y'all can
and all
start
that good stuff.
giving Adam money directly here on the platform.
Yep. And I got my members. I got my membership all figured out. I believe you should be able to join, and it's not going to be tomorrow. I'm going to start doing. Well, it's not going to be right away, but I would like to, depending on, if people start joining.
And I will be
I'd like to be able to do something
tomorrow. I'll announce the time and all that in the morning.
Yeah, but yes. Anyway, wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. So, Greg, it was fun and it was good as always.
Yeah, man.
Always enjoy just shooting the shit.
Push come to shove, we'll pick back up next Friday.
Yeah. And Lord knows there'll be all kinds of stuff to talk about, besides this. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna go play with the little girl a little bit. Thank y'all for everybody that left comments, wishing my little girl a happy birthday. I really appreciate that. So that's what I was going to say. I guess I'm going to go down there and play with the little girl and the little boy for a little bit before bedtime. It's getting close. Mama's got to get up early in the morning. But yes, it was good. Greg, I'll give you a holler tomorrow, and yep, cool. We'll start working on the next one. We've all had so much going on lately. It's hard to really get much of a. It's really hard to do much in advance, but I would like to start thinking about it a day or two ahead. So but awesome. Well, Greg, tell people,
Thank
hey,
you,
y'all
brother.
go
I
sub to
appreciate
Greg
it,
if you're
man.
not. Anybody that's
Huh?
not subscribed to Greg needs to go do it. Entheogenic
Yeah,
Esquire.
please do.
Yep. And same here. Anybody that hasn't subscribed to me from his side, please do. I was sitting at 649. Surely there is one person that's listening to this that can come back and subscribe. If not,
Yeah.
maybe somebody in the future will. So,
Yeah.
all right, buddy.
All right,
guess
brother.
we'll
God
leave it
bless.
there.
Have a good weekend. I'll have a member stream tomorrow for my members here, and see you then.
All righty. Thank y'all, guys.
All right,
Love
brother.
y'all.
Much love, man. Thank you.
Have a good rest of y'all's weekend.